Good afternoon, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And I was really looking for this opportunity. Very apt topic for us. Teaching is not just a word class. It's a the last 2.5 years I've been going through this process. I will just raise the questions, and then answers could be anything. There is nothing like a right or wrong answer for this. The system in India is something, system elsewhere in the global is totally different. The transformation what you're looking for is an academic transformation, the higher education side. Introducing the industry, introducing the topics, current topics, everything. Very first thing in the academic transformation comes for the curriculum. Curriculum had to be drastically changed. How do we change? Delivery system is we are talking about handling. Originally we were handling about students of 50, 60 in the class. Now it is 100 and 120. We find it difficult to handle the class. But whereas the future is for, if the requirement is for handling classes about 400 to 500 to 600. Then evaluation methodology, again, how do we evaluate the students? This is again a question mark for us. I'll quickly go through that and then come back again to the other aspect. The technologies in the industry we see, the technology is very drastically changing. In the last 5 years, if you see, the total technology has changed. In every field, whether it's electronics or communication or metallurgy or any place, everywhere the technology is changing. The curriculum, to keep pace with the technology, the academic curriculum is lagging behind. The relevance of the faculty, because the faculty with the experience, as and when he gets into that, if he has to get in the current technology, unless he is super efficient, he is finding himself thrown at the back. Excellent faculty, high rated academician, very good teacher. Unfortunately, for the students, he becomes irrelevant. If you see the student aspirations, we are getting top 1,000 rankers are joining our institute. We conducted a brand survey. The students' aspirations and faculty performance. Very revealing things came out of this. The aspirations of the student and the perception of the student about the faculty is totally different from the perspective from the faculty side, and then the evaluation of the performance also is always in a competing mode. These two are totally, there is a large gap to be bridged, very large gap to be bridged. The senior faculty, the senior professors are competent teachers, and they have been handling classes. They have been, they have been, for example, if you say from the Gurukulam point of view, we had Gurukulam with a very limited number of students, excellent teachers. But today, the students are getting exposed to good amount of technology by themselves. They require teachers only for felicitating. They require only for putting them in the focus, and then bring the application area into that, and structure them to learn. It's a more or less we are shifting over from a teaching setup to a learning setup. This is a very major change in the dissemination of technology, because if I look for the faculty, the faculty with the type of specialization, because if I go back to the first slide, the technology is changing very fast. If I look for the faculty, at 200, highly qualified, 250, highly qualified faculty, that's not going to be enough. It's not enough for handling the type of students the number of students what we are having. That means from the teaching method, we have to get into the learning method. Elsewhere, everywhere, they are changed over. How much time it is going to take? It's going to be 2 years, 4 years, or 10 years. What we are attempting is 2 years. People say it's not possible. But this is the first dissemination, this is the teaching to learning organization. The second, the limited capacity, what I was talking about, 100 to 400. In fact, the classroom itself is going to be irrelevant, because if you see the next 5 years, the change expected in the next 5 years is much more than what we had in the last 5 years. Even today, when we are becoming irrelevant today, by the time we are trying to bridge the gap for the last 5 years, when we go to 2020, we become irrelevant in that time also. You see, always we'll be, there's a gap of 5 years, 5 years, 5 years in that. The classroom becomes irrelevant, because everything is coming on the application from in fact, that is from a computer from a mobile, from a desktop computer to mobile computer to app oriented application. The classroom, relevance of the classroom is to be seen. The physical delivery versus virtual delivery, the teacher interface is being questioned, because everywhere we need a teacher. It is not a teacher is going to be eliminated. Teacher is required, students are required. How the teacher has to change and how the student have to change. Students change very fast. Changing the teacher to the changes in the technology now, in the delivery technology, in the dissemination technology, is the one which is going to be a major challenge to be faced by all of us. We have, in fact, we have a number of dissemination mode, but again we have to adapt ourselves. Similar, in fact, I appreciate the work, work done here. Bringing all the technology, all the syllabus together, and this is one which is going to change our approach. The digitization wave, big data, cloud computing. These are the technologies which we have to focus. When you see from education pedagogy or educational research, leave alone the industrial application, the educational approach application is a high business now. And this area, the big data and cloud computing, is going to change the entire outlook, because the students are conversant with whatever they have in their hand. Students are conversant with internet technology and whatever is being delivered to them through whom they consider as an expert, whether it's a TED talk or anybody. They are conversant with them, and for clarification of the doubts, they want the teachers. The relevance to the industry, in fact, the government itself has fixed up, Kakotka committee has fixed up that 20% of our syllabus to be covered by industry, and electives are to be taken by the industry. So industry relevance, industry visits, industry oriented projects, these are the things which we have to handle for thousands and thousands and thousands of students. This is where again we may have to think about how to go about. All the questions, I'm only raising the question. I'm not, I'm not suggesting or anything on this. But the fact is, when we did this, we did conduct this SWOT analysis with our students, with our alumni, with the industries, with the faculty, and with the government. Very revealing factors have come out of this. In this, based on that, we have worked out the strategies and initiatives. If if we had to be at par, first, if we had to be at par with what's happening elsewhere in the world, we have to change. And I'm finding change is very difficult. Change is very challenging. But unless we change, there is no other way. Unless we change, we are not coming at par. I'm only repeating the same sentence with the different words. And networking becomes important. The faculty, the academic, the students. It is easy for me to talk. It is extremely difficult to execute. But unless we execute, we are not there for the future. In fact, when you are talking about retention, productivity and quality, we have to look, because the problem becomes highly complicated, because when you are talking about the curriculum changes, requires who changes and how quickly we change. The retention factor is the retention factor from the class, because normally when you see a good teacher talking about a particular subject, maybe if it is a very good teacher, maybe 50 to 40% of the content of what he talked is getting retained in the minds of the students. If it's a very bad teacher, it's 5%, 10%. But today, if you are not able to be, because it's going to be you can replay. The relevance of the retention factor, it has to be changed. The relevance of that is changing. If you don't understand, play it again. If you don't understand, play it again. But we are having a faculty, we are having a specialized teacher who will come on a virtual mode to clarify the doubt. Friends, this is where the faculty recruitment, you see, if I look at it, I may need about 1,600 faculty or 2,000 faculty. So the job of the educational institution now is to find out where the expertise is available, anywhere available in the globe, industry, anywhere available in the globe, and then network with our place. And keep our students, our faculty linked with them. This is where the situation is changing towards this aspect. In fact, if I conclude the presentation, the things are becoming smart. The equipments, the software is becoming smart. The hardware is becoming smart. But the person who has to understand the software, hardware, and then get into the application side is the faculty, is the students. That is missing. Pedagogy for this is going to be really important. And this is one area where the whole country has to work together. The trained faculty, because the faculty becomes, I'm not criticizing or I'm not saying about the thing. The faculty require training now in the new pedagogy. The trained faculty is the need. And where is the training place? Who is going to do that? We may have to integrate the whole country together for training the faculty, for delivering the lecture in the new method. And it is very simple. It is not a difficult one. When the whole world is doing like this, why we are not doing? The state of art is what is required by the students. And whatever has happened in 1975 and in our days, whatever I think is all becoming history for them. So the curriculum is also changing continuously, the state of art, the academic side. The research industry orientation is a factor where we are strong. Actually, all the higher education side, we are pretty strong in this. But applied research oriented towards industry, and entrepreneurship research oriented towards the industrial application is where we may have to focus. Friends, this is what I thought. I'll just open out my questions and leave it at that stage. Thank you.